Hello and welcome back again to Inside KU. We're your hosts, Laney Boger
and Claire Younger, and we're excited to have you back today for our next episode.
Yes, we are excited to be back for another episode. Claire has had an extremely busy week recently, or past few weeks. Let's hear your update on Rock Chalk Review, because I know it's coming up really soon now.
It is coming up really soon. Everyone should buy their tickets. It's February 26th, 27th, 28th. We've had a really busy couple weeks. We're practicing every single day. We have a practice with one of our judges today, so we'll get some really harsh critiques, but it'll be good. We're building the set, getting all the costumes done, all the props. It's really crunch time, but it's been so fun. Like, I was up till like 4 a.m. last night, but it was great.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy that it's like finally coming to an end.
I know, and I've been working on it since like April. Which is insane.
That is.
But coming to an end.
April? Mm-hmm. That is crazy. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm gonna come watch. I know, and everyone should too.
So excited! You should all come. Did you go to the did you watch the Kansas Iowa State game?
Yeah, I watched it, and it was
disappointed
really sad
about that one. Didn't get to watch all of it, but I watched the end, which I usually do. If I can't watch the whole game, at least if I can turn it on for like the last 10 minutes, it's like. That's where prime time watching is.
I did love watching it though, because I like propped it right in front of my window in my room, and like me and my roommates all were like around our little iPad watching it, and like because it was rainy that day, it was good vibes.
It was good vibes.
It was also Valentine's Day, so it was cozy, and we went to see a movie, Wuthering Heights. Have you heard of that?
I haven't heard of it.
You haven't heard of it?
Uh-uh.
Okay, well, it's like really sad, but it's like a romantic movie. It's really good.
Good rainy day vibes.
Yeah, such good rainy day. Valentine's Day, like it was good. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. You should look at it.
You should.
It was good. But yeah, I was sad about the KU game, but whatever. Win some, you lose some.
Win some, you lose some.
And now we have 3 coming up soon.
I know. I don't even know.
We have
What's
a game
the next one?
Well, we have a game tomorrow, but I don't know who we play. And then we play Cincinnati and then Houston. So.
Well, we've been doing pretty good besides that little hiccup with Iowa State.
I know.
But it's okay. So you had a good Valentine's Day?
I did. It was good. I mean, it was chill. Dean sent me flowers. So that was cute.
So cute. Good job, Dean.
Yes. And then, I mean, we literally just watched a movie, and like me and my roommates just hung out. And then we had our date party the night before, which was really fun. And then, it was just chill. What about you?
Nice. I went home for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day isn't my favorite holiday.
Yeah, that's what everyone was saying. I'm like, guys, it's still so cute. I still always love Valentine's Day.
It's cute still, but I went home and I watched Desperate Housewives with Lou. And ate a bunch of snacks from my mom's book club. So it was great.
Fun.
It was really fun.
Yeah, I ate a lot of candy, but that's not even mine. Grace got so much candy from
Charlie?
From Charlie, and then from her sisters and her dad, because it was also her birthday the day after Valentine's Day. So we celebrated that on Sunday, which the weather was perfect.
I
don't know
I'm so
if you were
sad
outside
I missed
on
that.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday was really nice weather.
It was like 70, 65,
The weather's been so nice recently. It's like, I hope it stays like this.
I know.
And this isn't just like our little fake spring like it usually is.
No, I think it is, actually.
Really?
Sorry to burst your bubble, but next week I looked today, and I think it's going to get back to the 30s. I'm like, oh my gosh. No. But we've been spoiled, so we can't.
We have been spoiled. It's been so great.
Yeah, and then how's school going?
It's good. I don't have school on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, so like
that's like 2 days of school.
Awesome.
Okay.
But I have 4 classes in a row with no breaks in between, so like it sucks, but like I think it's worth it, honestly.
Yeah.
And my classes are all pretty easy so far this semester, so
that's good.
Yeah, it's good. I heard you've been having a pretty easy semester.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad. It's like the homework load isn't bad, but my classes the classes itself, like when I'm in class, it's really hard. I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
like
that
the
makes sense.
content we're learning is a lot harder than it has been, but it's like
at least like
not much
the
work.
actual like course load and like homework isn't that bad.
Yeah. So I'd prefer this, but it's good.
Yeah. Well, good.
We
Okay, well, we have a special
today.
guest. His name's Joaquin Acosta, and he's on the traveling tennis team.
Yeah, so I've been playing tennis for probably longer than I can remember. It's been about 16 years. I started playing because my older brother, he had already been playing tennis, and a big part of that was my dad, who has been playing tennis his whole life. At the time, he was a coach at a club called Blue Hills Country Club. And so when I was about 4, I started taking lessons from him and the other coaches around there. And so it's just kind of a thing that was going to happen. You know, my whole family's always been a big tennis family. So that's how I started playing, and I've just never stopped since.
Yeah, that's great.
That's awesome. So obviously, as we said, you made the traveling tennis team here. What does that like require from you differently from like club tennis?
Yeah, first and foremost, it's the tryouts, I would say, are the main thing. Before the season starts, we have tryouts with anywhere from 60, 70 people. I would say that there's a lot of demand for men's tennis at KU, even though, we only have a women's NCAA team. But Kansas is such a big state for tennis, and a lot of the times people who have been playing for a long time, like myself, decide that they don't want to pursue a collegiate team, and they stay in state. But obviously, we want to keep playing, we want to keep competing, and so I think that's what brings so many people to KU club tennis. That being said, it is the tryouts. There's 2 days of playing with everyone, and assuming you do make the team, another big aspect is being a good teammate. The team really values, personability and how well you work with everyone else a lot more than I would have figured. But I really appreciate it because, tennis, a lot of people don't think it's a team sport, but if you are representing a school or even representing a club, it very much is a team sport. And so I appreciate that being on the travel team requires you to get along with your teammates, to support your teammates. And if you're not doing that, your chances for next year are going to be pretty slim. So I would say, obviously, the skill level, but being a good teammate, being a good support system for your teammates, that's very important as well.
Yeah, was there any hesitation when you came to KU that like you were going to try to join the travel team, or was like what made you decide that that's what you wanted to do?
Man, for a while before coming to college, I was really stuck between, am I going to pursue a collegiate team or am I going to stay in state? KU had a lot of academic opportunities that I was kind of looking forward to. And so that's kind of what influenced my decision for KU. But I would say as soon as I decided I wasn't going to be doing collegiate tennis, I knew I needed some form of competition. And I've always heard about the KU club team and the travel team. And so I immediately knew I was going to try out. And yeah, it was a great decision. I love it.
It's awesome. I'm glad you've like still pursued that past high school because, wow, you were so good in high school. I would have been sad if you just let that go. So obviously, like you talked about your academics, like those are really important to you. So what's your time commitment like for this, and how do you like keep those things balanced?
Sure. Well, I would say time commitment for the travel team is probably the biggest benefit. The level of competition is so high, but the level of commitment isn't as high as you would expect for that. Mm-hmm. So there is a commitment, obviously. You can't be missing practices because you feel like it or that's going to get you cut. But it's not anywhere near, what you see the women's NCAA team doing. We're expected to stay in shape, obviously, but we're not being monitored. We don't have to track workouts or anything like that. Practices are a few times a week, a couple hours. And you are expected to be there, but it's not something where, you're expected to dedicate your entire college experience to this. That's not the case at all. And that's something that I was definitely looking for, and something that kind of persuaded me against, playing for a collegiate team. So I would say the time commitment is very manageable, but it is something that is going to take a lot of your time. But for me, that's always been okay because I love playing tennis. I love the team. So it's kind of mixing, the physical aspect with the social aspect. So the commitment is manageable, but it is something that you do have to, build your schedule around, I would say.
So good. It seems like exactly what you were looking for. 'Cause
Absolutely.
It's not like taking over your life, but you still get to compete and play and do what you love and meet a bunch of people. I bet you've made a lot of friends through the program and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of my best friends that I've made here at KU have been through the travel team, 100%.
Yeah. So
awesome.
what have been your favorite like out of town tournaments or schools that you've been able to compete against so far?
Yeah, there have been so many that sometimes they kind of blend together. But some of my favorite ones, we went to SMU last semester, and that was awesome. Getting to travel with the team, getting to compete at their really nice facility against all these teams. Sometimes, we get to travel to places and they're just beautiful courts and it's just a great experience overall. SMU was probably my favorite in terms of the tennis. Some of my favorite matches were from that tournament. But also sometimes we go to places, and even if the tournament's not quite what we expect it to be, it's still a lot of fun, getting to spend time with your team and your teammates and doing fun things. So really all of them have been great, but I would say SMU has been my favorite so far.
That's awesome. So how is traveling for this, like obviously different than club, like affected your academics? Do you have to really be in contact with your professors about like changing deadlines, exam dates, that kind of thing?
A little bit. I would say it depends. For the most part, we try to schedule everything on weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes we have to leave a little bit earlier. I've been in a couple of situations where I have had to reschedule exams and miss class, but I would say if you're timely about it and you reach out to your professors, this is something that the university does give you an excuse for. So it's not like your professor can just say, well, too bad, you're missing your exam.
Yeah.
They have to provide accommodations. So based on your professor, if you reach out with enough time, typically you're going to be okay. But, myself and plenty of my teammates have definitely been in some stressful situations, trying to finish exams, get ready to leave, taking exams earlier than they would like to. So similar to the time commitment thing, it's manageable, but it's something you do have to keep in mind and try to be proactive about for sure.
Yeah, and that's good. That I'm sure. Hopefully, your teachers are pretty lenient about it. Like,
For the most
you can't
part,
really
yeah.
help it.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
choose your schedule, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I know you've played so many matches, obviously through the years, especially the past 2 years. What has been your most memorable? Oh my gosh, what has been your most memorable match in college?
Yeah, it's a good question. I would say my most memorable match would be one of the matches I played at SMU. It was really cool. I got to play a really interesting opponent who he was very good, but he was also really loud, and so that kind of attracted a lot of the people around the facility.
Oh, that's
And,
so embarrassing.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. But we got to play on center court, and I personally love that. I like people watching my matches. I know a lot of people tend to prefer to play alone, or they don't like that pressure. I find myself playing better in those situations. So it was just nice to have, everyone was done with their matches, so everyone got to watch, and it was a tight tiebreaker match, and it was just kind of, everything worked out. And yeah, there were some pretty memorable moments Sorry?
Did you win?
I did win. And so after I won, the team, everyone's cheering, everyone comes to the court, and that was a pretty memorable one. So I would say that was my favorite.
I used to love when that would happen. Like everybody's done with their matches and they're like all coming to watch you. I loved it too.
I will say that for some reason, just coincidence happens to me a lot. Is
Really?
Last day of the tournament, everyone's done with their matches, and I'm still on my first set. Sometimes I feel bad because, I'm holding everyone up, but it's also fun. Everyone gets to come watch and support you, but that seems to be a common theme at the tournaments. Yeah,
I'm
That's
the
awesome.
exact same way. Like, I just remember so well. We played at the Plaza together, and like we were the last ones or something, or like we were on the main court. There was like something going on.
We were on like the center court, and everybody was.
And I just loved it. I loved it because I feel like I play better under pressure, like with people watching.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
I think we both do.
Yeah, so it was so fun.
It was so fun.
That's awesome. I'm sure yours is a way higher scale, but that sounds really fun.
Yeah.
And a tiebreak, and you won. So
yeah, it was awesome.
Love a good tie break. Okay, well, I had another question. Do you do anything specific to like mentally/physically prepare yourself for like a big match?
I will say it definitely differs on the travel team compared to playing tennis in the past. Mentally, there's a lot you have to do. I mean, I'm sure you guys know there's a lot that you have to do with tennis. Tennis is such a mental sport. It's just you out. Maybe if you're playing doubles, you have a partner, but it's just you out there. There's no coach to help you during the match. There's no teammates you can ask for advice. So I always try to prepare just by building off my last matches. I always just try to take something from my previous match, win or lose, that I can, keep up or work on. And I try to keep that the main focus throughout, not even the match, but the tournament. And typically that helps bring up everything else, but physically, it depends. The week of the tournament at practice, you try to focus on whatever it is you need to be working on. We'll do matches. We won't really do drills or anything. We'll play matches to kind of prepare for that setting. But I will say, being a student and having a lot busier schedule than before, it's harder to prepare physically for the matches. Mm-hmm. If you asked me a few years ago, I'd be stretching, I'd be warming up 30 minutes before my match. But having a crammed schedule and having, it's a bit more rushed. So I would say there isn't as much space to be physically prepared per se, but we definitely think about it during practices and adjust our practices accordingly.
Good. Yeah.
Awesome.
So like, if someone is on the fence about trying out, what advice would you give them?
I would say go for it. Travel team or not, if that's your goal, then go for it. You're never going to know if you don't try out. But if you don't make the travel team, or if it's not your goal to make the travel team, it's absolutely worth it to play club tennis. There's so many people, who are just looking for a place to compete and looking for a place to just keep tennis in their lives. And that is absolutely something you can get from the club team. There's a great deal of competition too. A lot of these guys and girls are play at a really high level. And if you're not doing travel team, the commitment is all up to you. If you don't want to show up to practice, you're not expected to. But if you love tennis or you just want that in your life, I would absolutely, come out, give it a chance. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But if you're thinking about it, it's definitely worth giving it a chance for sure.
It's so good.
I love
that made me want to try out.
Literally.
Claire, we
No,
should just try out.
I miss it now. I want to go back. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I
Okay.
thought about club tennis a lot. I've also thought about club
Same.
pickleball.
ooh,
I've heard great things.
Yeah, a few of my friends do it and
Yeah.
they love it.
I think it'd be fun.
Maybe.
Okay, I think we have time for like one more question. So I just wanted to ask you, like, what goals do you have for yourself moving forward into like the next seasons?
Yeah, first thing that comes to mind is sectionals. That's always a big part of the season. Play sectionals, make it to nationals. Get to represent KU at that national stage. So hopefully that's something that can happen. I know in the last couple seasons we've done good, not great. So hopefully, I think we can do pretty good. We have a great team. So first thing that comes to mind is make it to sectionals, do well in sectionals, and so forth. But more than that, maybe not even this year, but the next year, I hope to be a part of the leadership of the travel team, whether that be in the administrative aspect or something else. The team really isn't much without the people who run the team, who run the practices, who run the finances, all of that. So a lot of respect for them, and I would love to be a part of that. So I would say those are the two big things I'm setting for myself.
Yeah, well,
Great.
good luck
Sounds
on
like
your
good goals.
Yeah, good luck on
Absolutely.
your next season.
Thank
and
you.
yeah, and then I'm sure you'll be a leader, especially because then you'll be an upperclassman. So.
There you go, yeah.
For sure. I think you'd be great at that too.
Yeah, you would be so good at that.
Thank you.
Okay, well now we have a little fun game, to play as always.
Do you want to introduce it, Laney?
Sure. Overrated or underrated tennis edition. So instead of KU edition, we're doing tennis edition because, well, Joaquin obviously still plays tennis, and then me and Claire played tennis for a long time. So we're all going to say our different inputs on these different topics. But yeah, Claire, you can introduce the first one.
Okay, first one, doubles versus singles.
Which is kind of like this or that question, but I
Yeah,
guess you
like
could
which one
say
you
like
prefer.
which one you prefer.
Definitely singles. I've always loved singles more. Doubles is a lot of fun, and especially you have a partner that you work well with, it's a lot of fun. Winning in doubles is a lot of fun. You get to always celebrate every point with someone else. But I've always preferred singles. If I win, I want it to be just because of me. If I lose, I want it to be because it's my fault. I like just having to take care of me on the court. And I guess that sounds a little selfish, but
No, it
that's
makes sense.
that's I don't know. That's just what I've always preferred, and it is. I'm sure you guys know it's a different sport. Doubles
yeah.
versus singles.
Oh,
It's a
it
totally
100%
different
is.
sport. And I just find singles is more my game.
Yeah,
Nice.
I would say doubles because obviously us playing together is so much fun, and also it makes practices a lot more fun.
Oh my gosh,
Because
yeah.
I just it was so fun. It was,
We would literally just chat all practice.
but we would play too. We would play too.
no,
It
like
was,
chat while we
We
played.
would chat and play. It was just so
it was great.
fun.
And also, as Lainey knows, I would get really angry with myself while I was playing. So it was good that I had Lainey to keep me grounded. And yeah, I'd say doubles too, because it was obviously so much fun. Like, that's how we became such close friends. And I don't know, everything's just more fun when you're doing it with somebody, I think, on the tennis court.
Yeah, and we worked well together. I
Yeah.
was really calm, and then would get sad after, and you would comfort me after. We were making it sound like we lost all the time. No, but also celebrating.
Hey,
when
we were
won.
pretty good, actually.
When we won was so much fun too. But I also
Yeah.
totally understand singles because I
Yeah.
really like playing singles too, because when I do feel really bad when I'm like having a bad day.
Same.
But yeah.
So overall, we both had our good and bad days. So
Yeah. Okay, we could skip the next one. The next one's bad. I
Yeah.
wrote down clay courts just so you know. But
I've never even played on a
But have you,
clay
I guess?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
you
answer that
this one.
if you
yeah,
want.
go for it. Well, I guess underrated or overrated?
Sure. Clay courts, absolutely underrated.
Okay.
Really?
I love clay. Just last month, I got to play on the nicest natural red clay in Colombia, and it is the coolest thing ever. I don't think there are any public red clay courts here in Kansas that I know of, but it requires so much work. You know, you're slipping and sliding everywhere, but it's a lot of fun. It's really good.
Okay,
so
well
cool.
now, glad you told us that because now I want to play. Now I want to try one out.
If you get the chance,
I just don't know where I'd find one. Maybe I have to go to Colombia.
I think so.
Maybe that's an excuse
I
to
guess
go.
so. Okay, next one is tie breaks.
Tie breaks, I would say overrated. They're fun. Winning them are a lot of fun, but if you can avoid it, I would always avoid it. They're a lot more entertaining, I guess, if you're watching, but I prefer to just win, clean and simple, I guess. But, I say that now, but it's always more rewarding to take a tiebreaker, but I would say overrated.
Say overrated. I always try to avoid them. It's just too much pressure, and then if I am doing so good the whole match and then just choke at the end, it's just
That's right.
It makes me so mad.
Losing in a tie break is actually the worst feeling in the world. It's so horrible because you played that whole long match. And I don't know, it's just horrible.
So I would say overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Next
Okay,
one
this one I don't think you can answer because you will mostly play singles,
Sure.
and it's kind of a girly question. But you ask it.
matching with your doubles partner.
Oh,
Underrated.
underrated.
Yeah, so
if
underrated.
I'm playing doubles, you best believe we're wearing the same
Oh,
brand,
yeah.
same
Oh, yeah.
color. Absolutely, yeah.
Same water bottle. We got that
We had
going
the
for a
same
long
water
time.
bottle.
I've never
same
had that
shoes.
happen, but I mean, a few years ago, I'd play a few doubles tournaments, and I'd absolutely, be texting my partner, hey, let's
Oh,
wear
yeah.
black
You would?
tomorrow. Let's,
That's awesome.
yeah, absolutely. It just
I
makes
love
it
that.
fun, and you look more professional. So
Yeah,
You do?
absolutely
More
underrated.
professional.
Yeah, next time you play doubles, though, you should add the matching water bottle if you can.
Yeah, I'll look into that.
Even
yeah.
if it has to be a plastic water bottle, it just
It really
intimidates your
completes
team,
the look.
All right, yeah,
your
we'll keep that in mind.
competitor.
And we had the same shoes. They probably thought we were so weird.
I know, and that was just a coincidence, but.
I know. Okay, next one.
Okay, superstitions. Which
Superstitions.
I don't really know how to explain that one.
No, I think I get what you're saying. I would say underrated. I would say underrated only because so many people do it. So I feel like at that point you can't really knock it if all the pros are doing it. And you guys know Nadal, he's doing his whole thing before every point.
Oh, yeah.
I have my own superstitions. I guess the most basic one is how many times you're bouncing the ball before a serve, but I think it makes a difference. It helps bring your mind back to a baseline, helps you reset. Now, as far as wearing a lucky pair of socks or something like that goes,
That's just
I guess
gross.
teach their own. But routines and superstitions and things that you have to do, absolutely underrated. I think it helps.
What about you? What do you think?
I don't know. I didn't really have many superstitions.
I just had one, and it was bouncing the ball twice before a serve, the most generic one.
Yeah.
But
Actually, I would
always
hit
did
the
it.
side of my shoe after every point.
I would do that too. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, and I think in tennis, it's actually it's such a mind game.
It is
so
such a mind game.
superstitions
So
help
whatever
a
you
lot.
need to do really to keep yourself focused.
Yeah.
So I guess underrated. One-handed backhand.
Overrated.
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 Why do you think?
No, excuse me. No hate. Federer has beautiful backhand and one of the best players ever. But if you ask me, a backhand's supposed to be two hands. It looks better. It feels better. I just don't like the way it looks. The one-hander.
I don't like the way it looks either. And I get so much power with my two-handed
That's right,
backhand.
yeah.
And I feel like I would never be able to get the same amount of power.
Just
Absolutely.
extra. It's they're just trying to be cool.
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
do a two-hand backhand. It doesn't matter that much.
That's right.
And yeah, I think you can get more power with two hands, but maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
So overrated. Okay, what about playing left-handed?
Ooh. I'm gonna say underrated. It sucks to play lefties. Are you saying playing a lefty or?
Let's do playing a lefty.
Yeah, playing lefty.
Okay, playing a lefty. Well, then I would say it's overrated from my perspective because it sucks to play lefties. it changes everything because their dominant shot, their forehand is going to be to your backhand, which typically it's the opposite. So you have to really adjust. It's one of the first things I look for when I play someone during warm up is, are they righty or lefty? So if you're a lefty out there, it's a big advantage to be playing against or to be playing tennis in general, for sure.
It kind of just changes the whole way the match is going to go. But wait, you started answering that like if you're playing. Can you play with both?
Most people who have been playing for a while, a lot of good tennis players can play with both. I can't. My left arm is so much weaker than my right arm, so I don't like it. Totally overrated.
I've tried to like learn. There was like a year where I tried to learn and I kind of got it. Like it's really not.
Why would you even want to?
No, because my tennis coach at the time told me to. He was like, this will help you so much later. I was like 15 or something, and he was like, you should try to learn how to play both. Like it'll help you later, and if you start now, I don't know.
They say it helps with your backhand.
Yeah, so there was like things to it. His name was Diego. Shout out Diego. I miss you.
Yes, Diego.
But yeah, I hate playing left. Yeah, it's such a
lefties like Maya Bajic.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Have you played Maya? I'm sure.
Sorry?
Have you played Maya?
We've hit a couple times. Yeah. She's good.
Just throws me off.
Yeah, but it throws you off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. I like this question. Consistency over winners. Overrated. I like winners.
See, I think underrated. That's why we played together, because I think being consistent is like, well, you need both. That's why it worked out.
You need both. That's why we played well together.
But I was not the best at winners. I was just consistent, and I didn't ever want to mess up type of thing, which
but like hitting a nice backhand down the line, boom, no better feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so is it consistency over winners?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that's underrated. Everyone loves hitting a winner, and a lot of times I try to, base my game off of that, but I find myself playing a lot of people who are, faster or stronger or whatever it is, and at that point, you just have to outlast them. And so, I like winners more, but you have to have consistency, especially to play, at a high level. But I totally agree with you. If I could change it, I would, and I'd say I'll just look for a winner and finish the points. Yeah.
I just feel like because we played doubles, like we kind of had to have one of each.
Yeah,
that's
like,
true.
If you were gonna keep the consistency alive, then I had to end the point.
Doubles ends a lot quicker than singles does, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have time for like one more?
Yeah, probably one more.
Which one should we do?
I don't know why I wrote this down. I'm gonna do the last one. Okay. All right, watching your own highlights.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Really?
I would say
I don't have any highlights.
underrated. Tennis is a sport where it's really hard to make yourself look good while you're playing.
Yeah, yes.
I'm sure you guys remember all the Keisha highlight posts.
God, those pictures are so bad.
It's so hard to look good while you're playing tennis.
Athletically and like actually looking good, I would be so.
The action shots are not good, but from like a technical perspective, it's very helpful. There's so many things you don't realize while you're playing, where you're standing, where the majority of your shots are landing. And I think in tennis, there's always an explanation for everything that happens. If you lose a point, there's an exact reason why. If you get a winner hit on you, there's an exact reason why, whether it's your pacing, where you're standing, whatever it is. And easiest way to figure that out is to watch yourself play tennis. But apart from that, it's not my thing.
It's not fun to watch, but I don't know. Sometimes my mom would take videos of us, and I'd like watch, and I'm like, no way, my forehand actually looks like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know until you watch. I mean, it's really hard to like feel it if you're doing something wrong. Yeah,
that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say also like underrated.
All right, well, thank you so much, Joaquin, for joining us. We really appreciate it. This was great.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. Wish you luck on like your next season and everything.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for this episode
of Inside KU. We will be back with another episode actually in 2 weeks. So because next week is Claire's big week for Raw Chalk Review.
It's my big week, but see you in 2 weeks.